Hey everybody, this is cakedotavi with yet another cakewalk. This time we're looking at the Marines team in Natural Selection 2. As I mentioned in the Aliens video, Natural Selection 2 is a hybrid of FPS, which is what you're seeing right now, and RTS, which is the commander's role. The commander gets into a command station like this, and then plays the game from an overhead perspective, as you can see right now. From here, the commander is responsible for placing new buildings for your team, upgrading your existing equipment, unlocking new equipment, and most importantly, managing your team's resources. Resources are accrued by placing resource nodes, which you can see in the upper left of the screen. Obviously, these are pretty vulnerable on their own, so I'm placing a few sentry turrets here to take care of it and make sure that the aliens can't overrun it. You can also drop ammo and med packs for your team. They do cost one resource each, though, which doesn't sound a lot, but it does add up if you start dropping extra ones, so you generally don't want to drop more than are exactly required. As you saw earlier, most of the Marines play from a first-person perspective. The starter Marine has a light machine gun and a pistol, as well as a hatchet. We are trying to destroy these organic barriers that the aliens can put up that they block off one of their bases with here. As you can see, they're not too hard to knock down, but they do kind of eat up your ammo, so when trouble shows up, you tend to not have enough. If I had a full mag, I probably could have saved that guy. But, as you can see, the pistol's nothing to sneeze at either, at least not in the early game. Later on, though, it becomes pretty weak, which is when you start to unlock some extra upgrades. The first of these is often the shotgun, which is pretty good at one-hitting the beginning alien unit, the Skull. It shares a kind of 1.5 tier that can be researched more or less right away with the Welder. The Welder is really handy for repairing friendly armor on your friendly Marines, as well as actually repairing and building buildings much faster. So definitely 1.5 tier is pretty important, mostly for the Welder, but if you're going for an early game push like we're doing right now, the shotgun can really help you out as well. One of the next available unlocks is the grenade launcher. It's definitely really great for killing bases. As you can see, the splash damage is just huge, so when they have a bunch of defensive buildings clustered in one place, it is pretty much the way to clear them out. The aliens do have some defenses against the grenade launcher, specifically the whip, but when they don't use those very effectively, then the grenade launcher can really end a game quickly. As you can see, it's not great for killing skulks. They're so damn fast that it can be really hard to time the explosion correctly. But luckily I have a guy here who's helping me out with a shotgun, and I have a jetpack, which allows me to kind of stay out of their reach pretty safely. The second half of the Marine Tier 2 arsenal is the flamethrower. It doesn't see quite as much use as the grenade launcher, probably just because the damage potential is a bit lower, but it does allow you to kind of light a building on fire and keep moving, and you'll still have it burning behind you, as you can see me doing right now. Additionally, it slows the regeneration rate of alien energy, which was what allows them to use their special abilities. So against certain aliens, that's really helpful, and it also allows you to burn out the poisonous gas that the lurks can drop. That can be really helpful when they're trying to clog up a room guys are trying to hold. It just allows you to basically negate that ability entirely. The most expensive and generally considered most powerful upgrade for the Marines is the exosuit. The exosuit actually has two tiers inside of it. One is a one-armed exosuit, which is what you can see right now. Your left hand punches and your right hand is a chain gun. And then there's also a two-armed exosuit, which has two chain guns. Obviously just allowing you to output twice the damage at long range. And that brings us to the end of the Marine team in Natural Selection 2. If you have any requests for future games, don't forget to post them in the comments.